some leverage there. So, what is the meaning behind the name Far From Sanity?
If you look in Acts 26:24, in verse 20 or chapter 26, Paul is before Felix, and he's been charged with crimes, and he appealed to Caesar, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to tell Caesar, and he starts pretty much telling them that Jesus appeared to him and trying to proselytize him, and the Roman procurator basically is just like, you're out of your mind, too much study is driving you insane. And it's pretty much how the world views Christians is that you're nuts to why, and there's if you look at the new atheists believe that all religion is a virus, in the same way that the Nazis believed that religion was a virus. So it's just, people think you're crazy for, and even with Christians, some Christians, they want to be casual Christians, and if you take the word and actually try it and live the way Jesus tells you to live, then even Christians will say you're crazy, that you shouldn't be living like that, and that's far from sanity.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I mean, as long as I've known you guys, I really was curious about that. So, I mean, it's interesting how, you guys have really dug deep, very spiritual, all of you. And I like that. I appreciate that, because I get a lot from you guys, because even on a personal level, you speak to me. So, and especially in the lyrics and the music, I mean, you guys are passionate about what you do.
Thank you.
So, in that, who are your musical influences?
Oh God, it's all over the place.
Well, give me a couple.
Get mine out of the way.
Yeah,
You
just got one.
Get mine out of the way so you can start making fun of me.
Just say it. It's okay.
Come on,
Creed.
sweetie pie.
Creed and Alter Bridge. That's what got me to starting
Nice.
to write music, anyways. And then their guitar player, Mark Tremonti, is probably one of my biggest influences. So.
Mine's got to be Slayer. It's probably going to be one of my favorite bands. Their guitar player, Jeff Hammond's going to be one of my favorite guys. But I'm a jazz guy, so majority of my favorite bands are going to be like Weather Report, Spiral Gyra. Those are the guys that really have inspired me to write any kind of music.
Bands like people have never heard of.
It doesn't matter. I like them.
I'm all over the place, like Tom Petty and Phil Collins to like Living Sacrifice. Probably the band that got me jamming with people was Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah.
And I'm heavily influenced by old school stuff like Metallica, Megadeth, Testament, Anthrax, Alice in Chains, Pantera. Queen's right.
Every band.
Yeah.
You can
I got like over 200 gig of music. I just listen to it on shuffle.
Even likes Lady Gaga. I couldn't believe it.
No, that's too far.
That's her from Turbo, isn't it?
Though that Lady Gaga done death metal actually made her listen.
I guess so.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Jamie?
Man, I go all across the board. Depending on what kind of mood I'm in. It'll be, I think the heaviest I go is probably Living Sacrifice. But then, depending on the day, I might pop in some Kirk Franklin. So, Black Gospels. I got some, yeah, exactly. I got some of the best drummers on planet Earth sitting there. One of my favorite bands is Killswitch Engage. Especially Jesse Leach, Killswitch Engage, because of the lyrics. You talk about lyrics speaking to you.
Yes.
And Jesse, he definitely has a way of capturing my attention. And as far as drummers, I like groove drummers. Mike Gordon from Faith No More was a big influence on me. Eric Singer, who's played with countless bands, most recently of Kiss. Bill Ward, Black Sabbath. And I loved that late 80s, early 90s kind of funk, Chili Peppers vibe and things like that. So a lot of my drumming style is very groove heavy. But they got some just monster drummers out today. with a lot of the, like, well, you know, you look at For Today and bands like that, and you just wonder how their feet do that. So, you know, I'm a big fan of a lot of that stuff too. So, you know, like I said, across the board, depending on the mood.
Very cool. Very cool. So, with the changes that are going on here currently, where do you see yourself? Are you going to be heading back to the studio anytime soon? We've got tour plans. What do we got going on?
Studio, we got a lot of new music right now that we need to get out. The band is definitely taking I won't say a new direction, but the sound has developed, you know, to such an extent that we have to get it on disc. You know, what is out there now is really not really representative of who we are any longer.
Very good. Very good. So you're growing, and that's fantastic. So I know you guys have actually had the opportunity to like hang out with some awesome bands. Are there any that like stand out in your mind that are your favorite? I mean, I know Living Sacrifice is absolutely one.
Living Sacrifice, White Collars, bands we played with
Yeah.
tonight.
White Collar, Grave Robber.
Grave Robber.
It's
all
great.
great.
Chaotic resemblance.
Yeah, we like our local and regional friends too. I mean,
That's cool.
you know, every band on this bill tonight we count as friends and people we love to share the stage with.
Yep.
That is wonderful. So how much time do you think per week that you guys actually spend like rehearsing and preparing for
2 hours a week.
these shows?
As a band, corporately 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
Now, individually,
Individually too.
speak for yourself. I try to get 3 to 5 hours a week on the drums.
I wish I had that kind of
Sometimes, well, you still got a small baby. When my guy was small, it didn't happen either.
Generally, if I'm listening to music, I'm practicing. Yeah. I mean, just driving around singing in the car. I'm driving my wife up the wall.
It's a good thing it's in your car too.
Yeah.
I play some instrument every single day. Practice some genre every single day.
It's like a band.
Yeah.
It's like playing in so many side bands.
He does play in a lot of side bands.
I get recruited, man. What can I say?
On that note, guys, I may have to excuse myself. I hear the music stopped,
Ah.
and I bet you they're looking for me. So
Okay.
these guys will finish up the interview with you all.
Okay.
So thank you all.
Thank you.
He said he got to excuse himself. I thought he was
Hold the horse.
It slipped out.
Well, we won't keep
something
you.
else you probably want to cut.
We won't keep you too much longer. I know that you guys are seasoned musicians, so I'm sure you've had several projects in the past, and now we have this current one. But what's a positive or a negative the aspect that you have about the current state of the music industry?
It's too niche. You know, there's not. It's just like a band like White Collar Sideshow. Why aren't those guys playing BOK? It's very simple. There's a niche group of musicians and promoters out there that don't want those guys to be whatever because they don't fit this little mold that they seem to have. And we could almost be in the same thing because people are like, well, you're too loud, you're too heavy, you're too this, you know. So I don't. That would be my biggest complaint. Open it up because, you know, when you go to even a small show like this, the different music that's here and how good it is, why isn't this out somewhere else? So that's my biggest issue.
I think also is like when a band plays, their fans will come up and just see them and then check out, you know, or instead of just listening to all the bands that their band is playing with, just to check out new music and see what's going on. They want to know when their band is playing, show up, and then they leave afterwards.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's
Being a
happened
promoter, and doing shows. Huh?
That's actually happened tonight when you see people
Yeah.
come and go.
Yeah.
Get certain people playing.
It happens every time.
Yeah. Or, you know, you come out here and people are hanging out instead of in there. It's like,
Yeah, that was the biggest disappointment for me putting on shows, and the support's just not there. You know, like you say, you know, they come in for the one band and then they're gone.
Right.
But by the time the headliner gets there, you've got 5 people when you had 500 to start with,
Right,
and
right.
it's unfair. So
we
to
always
the
try and encourage,
artists.
man, at least if we're playing and come for the whole show, check out all the bands, because there's a reason we're playing those.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, this will probably be my last question here.
But you got a whole bunch of pages.
I know. Yeah, it's my notes. I got a lot of notes.
it's like,
Do what? What was that?
you can go back and watch the
Yeah, you can watch
I'm
it
gonna
later.
have to now. We're gonna cut that one out.
See now why I apologize in advance to these guys. I might just do it now. It's gonna happen.
Well, it's gonna.
Editing falls to me. So.
Yeah, make sure you cut the part out. No, it's been a pleasure talking with you guys. I know each of you now. I know you, and I'll be working with you guys in the future. And
Awesome.
Can't
I'm
wait.
so
Look
looking
forward
forward
to
to it. So I'll be able to. Now that I'm closer, I'll be able to actually come out and hang out with you guys more. So
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Cool.
So,
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for interviewing with us.
It's
And
our pleasure.